everybody. Welcome back to What the Film. I'm your host, Logan Thompson, joined, as always, by...
Ethan Kaufman, your wonderful, beautiful, sexy, co-host. Hey, hi, hello. Ethan Kaufman. Yo, what's up? What's poppin'? We good, dog?
We're good. We're good, yeah.
Hey.
So, no video again for this podcast, very sadly. We have been recording in a studio that we don't normally record in on our campus. We will be back in the regular studio that we record in on campus next week, and there will maybe be video, or if there's not video, then chances are there won't be video for this
Ever
semester.
again. Yeah. Y'all can cope, though. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's okay, too. I mean, the thumbnails are just going to have to be rehashes of previously used photos.
That's okay.
Luckily, we recorded for a whole summer.
You're sitting on a bank of like millions of thumbnails.
Yeah, exactly. It's beautiful.
It is.
All right, so let's dive into just some of the news that's kind of emerged. Currently the Venice and Telluride film festivals are occurring right now, and some films have kind of popped off. Other films
pop off. That's my show.
That is your show on the Ithacan. You can go and check that out.
Do it.
People who are listening. Yeah. So there have been a few like movies that have popped off, and a few that have kind of come out and faded away. And I just wanted to address those films. I wanted to start off with the Venice Film Festival, maybe get a temperature check on how we're feeling about these films, like still, now that people have seen them.
Yeah.
And the first one I want to start off with is The Brutalist.
Yes.
Have you heard about The Brutalist hype?
So I have not been keeping up with the festival news as much as I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
But I have heard tell of The Brutalist and its 3.5 hour runtime and just overall how good it is.
Yeah.
And I'm hype.
I am so excited for The Brutalist now. Like, I'm just like, people are just calling it kind of the next masterpiece.
Yeah.
Really? Like the next just like Coppola level masterpiece of a film. And to me, that's just so exciting.
It's so exciting, and it's also because I barely know anything about it. And like just a month or two ago, like I didn't even realize it was gonna wind up being like such a contender in terms of like these festivals and the Oscars, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's fun because, like, as I mentioned, it's kind of pierced through my lack of information.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know like it really is one to look out for. And obviously sitting down and watching it might be a bit of a chore, like a task.
Yeah.
But like I'm really excited to just see what all the buzz is about.
There might be an intermission though. There was a 15-minute intermission at the Venice screening.
That gives me something to look forward to.
Yeah. What I'm curious about is whether or not that theaters will allow that filmmaking decision to have an intermission. And I also just think that it's very interesting because we've gotten a lot of directors like Scorsese who are like, I am not going to put an intermission in my film. And now you have The Brutalist, which is said to be like a very similar movie to like a Scorsese, a Coppola movie, but it does have an intermission.
Right.
And that was a choice made by the filmmaker. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah. I think because I know there were like theaters that were putting an intermission in Killers of the Flower Moon without Scorsese's approval.
And like Sweden, and then he sued them.
Yeah, that's not cool. But like I think it really does come down to the filmmaker and what they want. And like obviously for really long movies, less for myself and more just for general audiences who will complain about it, I do think an intermission might be a good idea just so you don't have to hold it in all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a lot to ask to have someone sit for 3.5 hours to watch your movie, especially if it is like this heavy kind of cerebral drama type thing.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But like if for the movie and for the story you're trying to tell, it doesn't work with an intermission and that would like break it up too much and it needs to be watched from beginning to end, I totally get that. And I agree that like Killers, I think, is made better by the fact that there's no intermission.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Brutalist, so I don't know if it works or doesn't, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
If it needs it, it needs it.
Exactly. And I do think it's very interesting because we've had an Oscar year this year that's felt pretty open, like the most open Oscar year in a long time, really, since I guess the Coda year, so like 2022.
Because I mean, especially the last two where it's like we knew the front runner from pretty early on, completely swept. And it's fun because like Everything Everywhere and Oppenheimer were both my favorite movie of the nominees. And so I was happy that they were doing so well. But just like for us, for awards geeks, it makes it so much more fun if it's competitive.
Yeah, it does.
And it's been really exciting because like I'm a little more out of the loop now than I was this time last year. And so I think like over the next week or two, I'm maybe going to like just try and catch up on all the news and all like the predictions from the people that I follow and trust. Just because like I can just tell it's heating up.
Yeah.
It's a little contentious. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I mean, it does kind of feel like there's less, like part of me feels like there's less contenders coming out of Venice this year than last year, or maybe not contenders, but just exciting films. Because really, The Brutalist to me came out of nowhere. You have some big studio ones like Joker and Beetlejuice that are exciting, but then you have movies like Maria, The Room Next Door, and Queer, films that I was excited for, and all three of them have seemed to be duds
Yeah.
at Venice, where people are like, yeah, they're fine, or they're good, but they're not great. I mean, like The Room Next Door being Almodovar's first English language film, and
Because you were talking
maybe
that up a lot on
I
the previous
was.
episode. Yeah.
And for that movie to seem to be falling flat, Maria got picked up by Netflix before Venice
Yep.
and falling flat there. So now I guess Emilia Perez kind of has to be Netflix's #1 Oscar contender, which I'm a big fan of, but I'm sure Netflix is like probably kind of worried about,
Yeah.
given how open things are. And then Queer just like premiered today.
Yeah.
And reception's not too great.
It's not that kind of, oh, it's bad. It's just like it's really going to resonate for some people, but not enough to where you can really lock it in at all for like awards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
like I'm still personally really excited, but I don't know. It makes me upset though, because like this is Guadagnino's year.
It was.
It was, I guess.
Yeah.
Challengers Hive.
I mean, Challengers is going to be the better movie of the two.
I guess, yeah.
So, I mean, you get to hold on to that. So, let's shift over to Telluride, where I think Telluride's also had some really exciting films. I mean, maybe the best movie out of Telluride is, ironically, Anora still.
Yeah.
Seems to be kind of the vibe I'm getting, where just Anora hype is back. After Cannes, I've seen Anora. It's awesome. It's so good. And I'm very pleased that it's still a movie that people are hyped about, and that it's the kind of film that really could get Oscar buzz.
Yeah.
Seed of the Sacred Fig, also that Letterboxd rating hasn't dropped. I haven't heard much about Seed of the Sacred Fig, but the Letterboxd hasn't dropped for it. So I'd say that is still a good sign. Emilia Perez, that's buzzing a little bit more now because
You're
it got
thrilled
shown
about
at Telluride.
that.
I am thrilled about that. I love Emilia Perez. Once I get a chance to see it again, I would not be surprised if that became my favorite movie of the year, but I do want to just see it again. Nickelboys is really interesting.
That's been taking off a little.
Yeah, it's taking off a little. Apparently, it is in first person.
Really?
It is at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Really?
First person.
Like shot in first person? Like hardcore Henry type stuff?
Like it feels like a video game.
I did not know
People
that.
said, yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm very intrigued to see that. Maybe it could win like some technicals or something
Probably.
for that.
Yeah.
Even though Dune is there.
Dune is there.
It could maybe win cinematography if it looks that good. Conclave, that's been getting solid reception. Not like great reception.
I don't think it needed super great reception.
No.
I think there's just like more of a consensus that like it is in fact a contender. Because that was one that like before it had premiered, a lot of us, I think even the two of us were like, yeah, it's Conclave. The performances are going to be good. The direction's going to be good. But is it going to be an Oscar contender or just a good movie? And I feel like it has cemented itself as part of the conversation.
Yes, and that's good. And I'm glad that Edward Berger has now submitted himself as one of the best, most promising young filmmakers, because I feel like it's always the second film that really cements someone, because you could have a one-hit wonder and then your second film's a dud.
Agreed.
But once you have a good second film, like I trust the fact that you'll be around for a little while.
Yeah.
And to me, that's really exciting. Then there's reception on a movie like Piece by Piece, not an Oscar contender, but reception for that has been pretty good. SNL reception for
Yeah.
Telluride, I think, has been good.
I agree.
I think Telluride is not the best place for SNL. I feel like Telluride is a bit more serious. I expect SNL to take off at TIFF.
Okay.
That's
I feel like it's a good TIFF movie. I'm very surprised because like that trailer was awesome.
it was.
And like very rarely I feel like do we have movies that are like on our radar for a while,
Mhm.
but not really as Oscar contenders. And then all of the sudden it kind of throws itself into the conversation, which I think
Yeah.
is just a really interesting arc for it.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think if the reception at TIFF does end up not being on the same level as the reception at Telluride, then yeah, I will be a little bit worried about SNL. But right now, I think some people are worried about it. I am not,
Okay.
because I think it's more of like a party, young, fun movie, and I think TIFF is more that in terms of its crowd.
Fair.
Yeah.
I do want to go back to Anora just for a second.
Oh yeah.
Because I was very worried as someone who hasn't seen it that the momentum was just going to fall off because like if you premiere at Cannes, you need to sustain that for a very long time.
Mhm.
And I feel like Anora wasn't. So I'm happy it's throwing itself kind of back into the loop a little
Yeah.
bit because like even when the trailer came out and everybody, at least that I've heard from, has really liked the trailer and thinks it looks great.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't enough. And that it was
That's fair.
faltering a little, so I'm happy that there's some momentum back, especially now that Sing Sing is out and that
Yeah.
people, like more just general audiences are seeing it. I think it
Mhm.
still needs to be there as some stiff competition.
That's fair. And on the other hand, though, I do think that Sing Sing is losing its momentum.
Which is weird because I think it's right now still my front runner. And I don't think Anora's above it. And so that could definitely change once Anora comes out and like once I see it.
Mhm.
But it's weird where this really is a year where I think there are multiple contenders. And even if, at least to me, Sing Sing is the front runner, I agree. It doesn't have the momentum that it feels like it should.
Yeah.
And so I can't lock it in at all.
No,
It's
not
very
at
up
all.
in the air. I
And
like it. It's fun.
I do too. Like, I feel like there's going to be 5 nominees that all are going to feel like contenders.
Are they the same 5 that they are for me? What are your 5?
I mean, I think Sing Sing, I think Nora. I'm thinking Dune 2.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that Dune 2 is going to end up being there. I'm thinking The Brutalist now, if it does
Yep.
end up coming out this year. And 5th slot, Emilia Perez.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that
Okay.
your 5?
I would maybe put in it's tough because I think, especially circling back to Dune 2, like we've talked about it at great length, its chances to win Best Picture are not looking nearly as great as its chances to, 1, win other stuff, and 2, just be a contender just at face value. And so right now I would say Sing Sing, Dune 2, Anora, like those are my 3. Also The Brutalist, assuming that happens. And for a 5th slot, I don't know because like
It's
I
Emilia
would have said
Perez.
Blitz a while
I'm
ago, but
telling
I
you, it's
don't know if
Emilia
that's
Perez.
still a thing. Maybe Emilia Perez, but it sounds like it might not be for everybody. Nickelboys is kind of shooting up my list, but I don't think it's there yet. I don't know if I want to give it to Conclave. I
think Conclave's one of those lot of nominations, no wins movies.
It might be
that's what I'm getting from
because if we're
Conclave.
looking at other stuff, like Dune is gonna win stuff, Sing Sing is gonna win stuff. I feel like Anora has a good shot to win stuff, and there is always one. It's not a hard rule, but there's always one.
I don't know, I think Emilia Perez has Best Actress in the bag.
Really,
I feel
like it's
since
just
I've
too
seen it,
contentious a Best Actress year to lock that in.
that's
so
why
soon.
I have it kind of locked in for me. I feel
Really?
like it's too contentious where you have all of these big name like celebrities duking it out, and I almost see it as them canceling each other out for Carlos Sofia Gascon, who just gives one of the most powerful performances I've seen in my life.
Really?
To really take that spot over.
I feel like with what's happened with Maria, Angelina Jolie has kind of fallen out of it a little, but like depending,
I mean, I think she'll get the nomination.
I think she'll get the nomination, but like I know she was in contention to win before. It sounds like that's not going to happen now.
Yeah.
But like I'm looking at Amy Adams, who I think has a really good narrative, depending on
Did
how
you see
Night
the
Bitch is
trailer?
received. I haven't, no.
Oh yeah,
Did
the
it
trailer
just come out?
Yeah, it dropped
Oh
today.
shoot! Oh my god, I
Yeah.
need to go like see that.
It looks interesting, but now that I've seen it, I'm very out on it being an Oscar contender.
Okay, I'll watch it and then
Yeah.
maybe circle back with some thoughts. And then also Mikey Madison, because depending on how Anora looks for picture, I think you have to consider her for actress. And so it'll really depend. I do think there's a better shot at spreading the love this year just because there is no clear frontrunner.
There's not going to be a
to where
sweeper
like
this
I
year.
could totally see whatever the best picture winner is only winning like maybe one other major category. Yeah. It's going to be fun though.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Best Actor has also now gotten more interesting with Adrian Brody entering the mix.
Yeah.
Because before, Best Actor was like Colman Domingo.
I still think it's like Colman Domingo runaway victory, at least for me.
I after what I'm hearing about Adrian Brody for this, I just
maybe I
can't
just
buy it.
haven't heard enough.
Especially with how I feel like I really do think that Sing Sing is slipping a little bit because it just didn't take off theatrically the way that I think people thought it would, and it expanded out to I think just barely 1,000 theaters.
Yeah.
And now it's
I just think the
already
rollout with
shrinking
how
down.
they did it was a very bad idea on A24's part.
I mean, they tried to do it in the same way that they did Past Lives, but
yeah, it just didn't work.
It takes too long. It feels like old news. Like it feels like it already came out when it hasn't.
That was the confusion for me because like we obviously went to see it recently when it was here at Cinemapolis. It's been months since I saw it. Like over a month.
Over a month
Yeah.
since Screen Unseen.
And
yeah.
just because like that's how slow the rollout
Yeah.
was.
But it started rolling out right after that. Like I think it was already rolled out in New York and LA.
Yeah.
At that point.
It's just like it's kind of suffocating any momentum that it could gain.
Exactly.
Which hurts it.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because I love Sing Sing.
And I don't think it spent a single week in the box office top 10. I know Past Lives spent at least one week there. And that sucks.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's just it's showing that it's slipping a little bit.
I do think though, like if Sing Sing winds up kind of floundering out by the time we roll around to award season, I do think it is fully because of that release schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I think like if it had, I'm not going to say like just throwing it out wide one weekend would have done the trick because I don't think it would have.
Yeah.
But this just feels wrong. I don't know.
I guess we'll find out when the time comes.
Yeah.
So we've been rambling on about this.
No, it's good. I like rambling
for a little
about
while.
this.
I do like rambling about this. I like talking about awards and whatnot, but I do think we should move on.
Let's do it.
Towards just the box office real quick.
The box office.
And we could also talk about Sing Sing for a second since we did
Yay.
rewatch it. So anyways, box office, Deadpool and Wolverine wins Labor Day weekend. Alien Romulus does solidly for the 4-day weekend. It stays over 10 million. Reagan
did great.
Number 3. You did not want Reagan as a movie for the auction, and I was like, no, Reagan could be huge, and I was right.
I know. Reagan
huge,
genuinely helped me in the auction a little bit.
It did, because it made you win that round.
Yeah,
essentially
that like locked it in.
Yeah, and so Reagan made for the 4-day Labor Day weekend $10 million.
Jeez,
for Reagan.
It's Reagan.
Quaid.
It's literally Reagan.
Yeah. Twisters also came out of nowhere.
Yes,
made 9.6 million almost for the weekend.
Yeah,
like, you know, it makes sense. Maybe Twisters even took some maybe some audiences hated Reagan so much because I've heard it's so bad.
Yeah,
where they walked out of Reagan and then went to go and see Twisters.
The IMDb score for Reagan is like genuinely solid though. Weirdly,
really?
Yeah, it's like mid 6 to 7 range.
You should look at like the Metacritic.
I'm sure the Metacritic score is really bad. Let's check that out right now.
It Ends With Us is still crushing.
It has
it
a 22 on
9.5.
Metacritic.
The Forge, that was a like religious movie, made 6 million. Just a lot of films did really well. Afraid,
Ugh.
the big horror movie of the weekend, I guess you could say the Labor Day release of the weekend from a major studio, made $4.4 million. Sony had the chance to drop Kraven the Hunter for this weekend, and I think it would have been so better suited here.
I agree.
Than in December.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been a great way to end off the summer with a bad but fun action Kraven the Hunter movie.
Yeah.
Because I think the action looks fun. Like, I actually do want to watch it for the
live action CGI rhino?
No, not that part. But what's pretty neat is for the 4-day weekend, 15 movies made over $1 million.
It's a lot.
Like, that's pretty sweet.
It's a good chunk.
Yeah. Because usually you'll see, like, sometimes during the summer, even during, like, good, prosperous weekends, towards the bottom of the top 10, a movie would be making under $1 million.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that that is not the case. Actually, just for the weekend, like, not counting Labor Day, it's still 15 that made over $1 million.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I'm going back now on Box Office Mojo. It's been like an average of like 8 to 11, maybe 12 on really good weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that Labor Day was a good weekend where a lot of people went to go and see a movie. Not like one movie that so many people converged on, but a lot of people were like, we want to go to the movies.
Yeah.
And they went to see something. I guess now we can talk about Sing Sing.
Let's do
for
it.
a second.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts you would like to share?
I mean, I've had these thoughts for a while. That's the weird thing with the release.
Yeah.
Windows. Like,
but now you've gotten to see it twice. So now
That's
the thoughts
true.
are more like solidified.
Yeah. And it sounds like your thoughts changed a little on rewatch.
I liked it better.
Yeah.
I thought it was a better movie.
I don't think I liked it better. I think I liked it just as much. And I loved it the first time. I loved it the second time. I think it's just such a great movie about the actor's process. Like, there are so many great scenes where it's just like everybody in a circle, like talking about like their happiest memory or just like playing some character. And I think there's so many great things like that we don't ever see in movies, or even in movies about making movies, which have really become like a huge thing over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It's more the technical process that we see, less the acting and like playing certain characters. And so I love that. It's kind of minimalist with its stylistic approach, which I think makes it very effective because there are so many heartwarming moments, but at the end of the day, like, they are still in prison. There is that sort of looming melancholia.
Yeah.
And I think hand in hand, the cinematography and the score really emphasize that, to where it's always kind of lurking in the background. You're just a little sad. And so the moments when the emotion takes center stage, obviously like the big moment that Colman Domingo has during dress rehearsal where he kind of flips out. But just like all of those scenes, I think structurally they come out of nowhere a little bit, but like they never feel like they do because those negative feelings are always sitting in the back of your mind. I think it makes the performances shine much more. All of the supporting performances are so great. Clarence Macklin in particular, who
So
I
good.
think is like arguably just as good as Colman Domingo.
I think he might be better.
I don't think he's better, but I think he's really close. And because he's the one, they both have arcs, but his arc, at least on first watch, stood out to me a lot more, where it's like he's kind of shedding his skin a little bit. And it's just such a joy to watch.
Yeah.
And the screenplay is really great. It brings a lot of like Shawshank Redemption elements to it. It's obviously a comparison you're going to make just because it is a prison movie.
Yeah, and with a lot of camaraderie.
Yeah.
And like not brotherhood, but kind of brotherhood, and just that kind of friendship and connection that you develop there.
You get a very strong sense of community. And so like in that one scene where it's like he's at the clemency hearing and he's talking so passionately about the community that he has found and founded, like you see it and you believe every word of what he's saying because it's true and because you're seeing it. It's just and like when they do the show, like I think that's shot really well. I just love those scenes. Yeah, I'm not going to say it sneaks up on you because I think you go into it knowing it's going to tug on your heartstrings a little, where it's like, it's sad, but it's also a really good feel-good movie. It kind of does both. But I don't know. I just love it. It's just a really great movie, and there's really nothing bad I have to say about it. Like, I don't think it's a 5-star movie, but I think it's just spectacularly solid in all areas.
There's not really any flaws I can point to with this film. Aside from, I could see why some people might not like the writing decision or a couple of the writing decisions that they make towards the end of it to kind of force some real like conflict to happen in the story and make it a little bit more dramatic, because for a while it's a lot more of a vibes almost kind of a film, like just like a feelings film. It just, or slice of life. That's the best way to put it. It's a slice of life film for the majority of this film, but then it kind of remembers that it is also just like a dramatic movie, and it does some dramatic movie things. And I get why some people might not like those decisions and wish that this film kept going the slice of life direction.
I know we both had an issue with one particular thing when we talked about it after seeing it the first time,
but I don't really have an issue with that anymore.
Me neither.
I'm fine with it. Like I really like this movie the way it is.
I think knowing where it goes even makes that part better.
Exactly. Like I got really emotional. And I was like, oh wait, this is that scene.
Being as vague as possible, but the scene before that scene. Where like it's kind of
I almost started
telegraphing it a little bit. It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And I guess this is not about the film itself, but just almost a disappointment I have. This is a film that is so good and it's so rich and it should be a huge Oscar contender.
I know.
And here's why it's not gonna be. It played at a maximum of 121 theaters.
That's it?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. 121 theaters. Past Lives, a movie that I think a lot of people were comparing the rollout of this film to, got up to 736. Past Lives made a little over 11 million domestically. Sing Sing, plus also over 30 million internationally. Sing Sing has made no money internationally and has barely crossed 2 million domestically.
I am going to fight a couple of these points. I do agree that like on paper it's not looking great and I wish it was different, but I will say comparing it to Past Lives, I think if you're talking about international appeal for like a box office momentum, word of mouth kind of thing, it helps. For Oscars, I don't know if it does because it is at the end of the day an American award show, which is a point that you've highlighted when talking about other stuff.
Yes. But at the end of the day, I think for a movie that's this small, any bit of word of mouth helps. I think that did help Past Lives. That it became a critically acclaimed film around the world and not just in the United States. Granted, you had a few years ago A24 with Moonlight that did not do that well at the box office and still ended up like winning Best Picture over much bigger films. That I'm not saying that's not gonna happen with Sing Sing, but it's a film that I think people expected to do better.
Yeah.
They expected the whole it's like another Shawshank to really like sell it to some people, and it just hasn't worked.
It's tough because, and another point that I'll make in its favor, comparing it to Past Lives is one much more subtle, whereas while stylistically Sing Sing is also kind of subtle, really in the performances it is showy and it is again about actors in a very boisterous way. So I do think that helps to where like if you aren't into the minimalist filmmaking, I think you will still vibe with Sing Sing. Also, Sing Sing, despite the sad moments, is a feel-good movie. Like, at the end, when that needle drop comes in and you see, like, all the actual footage during the credits. Like, I know when I saw this the first time with, like, my audience of old people, everyone loved it. And, like, I loved it too. And I think, like, that's the kind of feeling that if it can sustain, it'll totally, like, win picture, actor, whatever. It's just going to have an uphill battle. And also, because, like, Past Lives wasn't that. Past Lives, you cry at the end, but you don't even feel good about it. You're just like, oh, dang it. Oh, man. And I think that does hurt it a little, because I think people want to award movies that make them feel good. That's just a trend. And Sing Sing hasn't been this crazy big front runner, which makes me feel okay, because the fact that it's losing momentum, while, yeah, that sucks and hurts it, I don't think it was this juggernaut. And I think maybe comparing it to, like, Coda is an interesting one, where, like, Coda was against Power of the Dog, which was the front runner, but I feel like people weren't super passionate about it to where, like, they were okay giving it to Coda. And it's tough because we're still far out enough to where we don't really know if there are other big front runners. And so there's nothing I can point to as, like, a Power of the Dog comparison as, like, this is the big movie that Sing Sing is going to be the underdog against. I don't really think it's that. But just on, like, an Oscars movie narrative level, I'm not counting it out just yet, because I think it is that feel-good movie. And other stuff, at least like a Dune 2, it's not. It's big and it's ambitious, but, like, at the end of the day, you don't watch it and you're like, oh man, I'm happy now. Like, I'm happy I watched. Like, yes, a little, just because of the craft.
Yeah, it's because it's cool. Like, that's the thing. It has, like, this kind of cool factor.
But, like, the ending is a bit of a downer.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how this shapes out over the next, like, couple months.
I'm very curious as well, but I think that Sing Sing was not seen as this great big front runner, but seen as a front runner.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's what it is anymore.
I still think it is, just because I don't think there's anything else towering above it.
There's not anything else towering above it, but I think there's too much competing against it. It came out too early. It's been running since TIFF from 2023.
It's crazy.
It's running on that momentum, and that momentum is just kind of blowing out of steam. And at the end of the day, it's like, you have films that are just beginning their campaigns, really, and there's a lot of enthusiasm behind them. I mean, look at, look again, Dune 2, that's one. Then you got the things out of Cannes, Anora, All We Imagine Is Light, Seed of the Sacred Fig. All of those campaigns are going to be getting going. Maybe we'll even see The Apprentice now building up a campaign, since that has
coming
a release.
out now.
It is. I've been hearing some people talk about The Substance for Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Possibly. Like, if the Oscars think it's that good, The Substance could be a competitor.
Haven't seen it, but
That's
would love
just
that.
Now we're talking, like, about the movies that from Telluride in Venice. You got Brutalist, you have Maria, we didn't even mention The Piano Lesson. I forgot to mention Emilia Perez. Perez. Like, you have so many movies that are now coming out, and the issue is that I don't necessarily see Sing Sing being below them, but I see it as too much at their level and running out of steam. These are movies now beginning to build steam.
The interesting thing, though, in my stance on it, I don't necessarily think it's a negative for Sing Sing. I think it's a negative for everything, at least right now, and also a positive. There really isn't a clear frontrunner right now. And, like, this time last year, there was. Year before that, there was. And it's just a really interesting year where I genuinely don't know right now where the race is going.
Yeah.
And so while it hurts Sing Sing, because before that one episode we did where it was like Sing Sing, Anora, and Dune 2 were very clearly, like, the top three, that's now not really the case anymore, which maybe, yes, hurts them. But I don't think it's because they have been replaced by anything else. I think it's just more getting thrown into the conversation.
Yes, but I would say of all of them, Sing Sing is the one that has now kind of gotten the farthest from the top three.
I don't think I'd agree with that.
So we disagree.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess my closing remark is that we compare it to a movie like Past Lives, but Past Lives would have gotten no Oscar nominations if it wasn't for the strikes.
Yeah.
The strikes delayed the release of a lot of potential Oscar contenders and really threw everything for a loop. So Past Lives was able to sneak in there and get a couple of nominations. We're comparing Sing Sing to that movie that would have gotten 0 nominations if not for strikes. Sing Sing does not have strikes.
That's true.
Sing Sing actually kind of has the reverse.
Yeah.
Because
it's all the movies that were delayed now coming out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So really, Dune 2.
I don't know. I'm excited to keep talking Oscars now because
Me
like
too.
it's a really interesting year.
It's not boring where it's like remember how boring it was last year when
it's
we
like,
talked
yeah,
about
Oppenheimer, yeah. It's just that repeatedly.
And then I would like try to make up narratives about Anatomy of a Fall to make things interesting. Be like, I hope Anatomy of a Fall
playing
comes
devil's
out of
advocate. And then the year before that, it's like Everything Everywhere wins 7 awards, wins 3 of the 4 acting awards. Like that's
but at least with Everything Everywhere, it was like such a crazy non-Oscar-y movie where everybody was in denial about it until Oscar day because it was like it's probably gonna sweep, but this is so weird for the Oscars.
But
so,
even
like,
then,
what
I
if
think
it
it had the
doesn't?
narrative of like so not an Oscar movie that because of that it became such an Oscar movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a really interesting year.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Also, just because in general, like as a movie year, like beyond Dune 2 and Challengers, I feel like it's been a very weak year, but I think there's so much coming up that I'm really excited for.
Yeah. It's weird because you say it's such a weak movie year, and if I didn't go to Cannes, I would also say it's such a weak movie year, but because I went to Cannes, there's like
the fact that you don't think it's a weak movie year gives me so much hope because you've seen a lot of the things I'm excited for.
Because this is going to be a really strong final act of the year. I think that, like, as somebody who's been to Cannes and seen some of these movies, it's going to end off really strongly, I think, and leave 2024 a movie that a lot of people looked at as a dour year for cinema as actually a underrated year for cinema.
I think,
because I think, and we can get started with our auction because I think this leads right into it. Where you have an interesting movie coming out pretty much every week for the rest of the year.
After what was such like a dour summer, I'm like hyped for all of these.
Yeah.
To an extent.
This is going to be awesome. So yeah, we're doing our September movie auction. Just to quickly say, I think we might have briefly mentioned this, but Ethan and I are currently tied in August one. We haven't done our audience poll yet. That's going to drop on the What the Film Instagram, so you can go check that out, and it'll also drop on our personal Instagrams, and we'll get the averages and whoever wins
full results on that next week.
Yes, but right now we are tied where Ethan has won the box office portion. I have won the letterboxed portion. I do really just appreciate The Deliverance, Reagan, and Afraid for all failing to deliver him the win.
Thank you. And it sucks because I was really close.
You were.
It was like a very contentious round up till the end.
Yes.
But I think if I had to make a prediction, I think you are running away with the audience poll.
I don't want to jinx it.
I don't know. You've got Romulus. You've got It Ends With Us. Those are like the 2 biggies.
Yeah, but some people hate It Ends With Us so much because of all the controversy. So it might work against
maybe it's a good thing you don't have it in your first 2 then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I got Cuckoo above it.
Cuckoo.
Yeah. Cuckoo, the movie that really nobody cared about.
Yeah, no.
Which sucks because I think we both kind of thought, oh, Hunter Schafer, maybe some people will care about this. Yeah, no.
All
right. So who wants to go first?
Are we gonna do a preview of the movies we're bidding on?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to be bidding on Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, The Front Room, Speak No Evil, The Killer's Game, Transformers 1, Wolves, A Different Man, His Three Daughters, The Substance, Megalopolis, The Wild Robot, and Never Let Go. Some of these movies, per usual with the auction, but we never actually address this, might not release until October for their wide releases. And when that happens, that sucks. But
before we get going, can we like establish which ones those are?
Oh, well, so we don't know. We don't know exactly when some things are going to release. Like Megalopolis, it's not clear whether or not that's a wide or limited release and when it will go wide, if that is a limited release. A Different Man, however, that one's set in stone. Limited in September, releasing wide October 4th.
Okay.
So the weekend of Joker Folie Deux. That
Gotcha.
is releasing wide.
What a great weekend to release wide.
Yeah, seriously. His Three Daughters, also just want to mention that because
that's limited in theaters and then
2
on
weeks.
Netflix the 20th?
Yes.
Okay.
So it does like come out on Netflix in September, but if you do see that it's like in theaters early in September, that's only if you like live in New York or LA.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got to wait till
So I'm
the 20th.
assuming for box office, that's just going to be like a flat 0?
Yeah, flat 0 on box office for sure. Not like, unless it went wide, but it's not.
All right. Are there any other rules that we like need to go over? I feel like every time we go into the auction and then immediately need to stop because we forgot something.
I don't think so. I think we're good. I have the random number generator up from 1 to 12. Who's going first?
We should a random number generate who goes
How
first.
about we rock, paper, scissors, who goes first?
I'm down.
All right, you ready?
Are we going to do rock, paper, scissors, shoot, or rock, paper, scissors, and shoot?
No, shoot.
Okay.
I've never done and shoot or says
good.
shoot.
I used to, and I hate myself for it. All right.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, Logan won. Logan papered my rock.
I did paper your rock. Okay. So I got the random number generator out from 1 to 12. Generate 5. Transformers 1. This is the new animated Transformers film. It has seemed to have some buzz, like critically, I think. I mean, I know that there's been some critic screenings. If I'm right, I'm not the most.
I'm like fact checking this.
Yeah,
for
I'm not
you.
the most in on it in terms of the facts. Actually, on Letterboxd, it has mostly 4, 4.5, and 5-star reviews.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, granted, those are probably just Transformers super fans.
Probably.
Yeah, but still, that's something. It is a prequel to the original Transformers films, giving the origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron. The animation looks pretty interesting. Bumblebee can talk in these movies. Sure. So yeah, actually pretty stacked cast as well. Chris Hemsworth as Optimus, Brian Tyree Henry as Megatron, Scarlett Johansson's in here, Keegan-Michael Key, Steve Buscemi, Lawrence Fishburne, John Hamm. Pretty good voice cast. All right.
You're talking it up. Are you gonna pass or are you gonna bid?
I'm gonna bid $2.
You're gonna bid $2. Hoofa. Give me a second to take this in.
I'm letting you take it in. Letting you even think about it. So you want to up bid $2?
See, I liked this more when we knew what movies were gonna be next.
Yeah, but now you don't.
Huh.
It's the fun of it.
Huh.
The issue is that this is a really stacked month.
That's the thing, is like last month I would have been all over this.
Yeah.
Right now I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like this is one that you really want and like you're about to steal it for just $2.
There's really only one on my list. There's one movie
really
on my entire. I told you this
usually
before we started
I know,
recording.
but like usually even if there's only like one killer, you have your whole slate at least roughly figured out.
Because I think that this is such a strong month. I'm good with all of these films.
Really?
I'm good with all of these films. I think I need my one.
I'll go $3 on it.
I'll go 4. I know, right?
Am I trying to hike you up or do I want it?
Do you want it?
I'll go 5.
5. I'll go 10.
Really?
Yeah.
You can have it.
Okay. Did you want it at all?
I wanted it a little bit. I
Okay.
wasn't going to go double digits for it.
I was gonna go low double digits. I wasn't going
All
above
right.
10. If you gave 10, I don't think I was, or gave 11. I don't think I was going.
All right.
Yeah.
That puts Logan at 110 and me at 120.
But I do think, given the buzz that I've heard,
That's the thing, is like I'm now
Yeah.
nervous that this is like a sleeper hit. that you're now sitting on.
We've never seen a kid-friendly Transformers movie.
I'm thinking back to like Bumblebee and whatever, or like what was that one Transformers movie from like 2 years ago?
Rise of the Beast. That was last year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I forgot already.
I know.
Did that make money?
Not really.
That's what I'm banking on. It's like the Transformers brand just like being past its Optimus Prime. Ha ha ha.
See,
we'll see though.
At this point, the box office to me is so unreliable that I'm really counting on Letterboxd.
Okay.
Yeah.
That scares me because that's usually how I would play.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
All right.
What's next?
Next up on the generator, number 9.
Ooh. we got Megalopolis.
Oh wait,
yeah.
For some reason I thought that was 11. My bad. That is Megalopolis.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about Megalopolis? Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis.
Certainly is Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis.
Yeah. This
that trailer with the fake quotes.
Yeah. This kind of feels like an like a killer, but like the bad killer. Like,
yeah.
I almost feel like this is the worst movie to have.
I feel like it is.
But I also like feel like it's Francis Ford Coppola.
I'm gonna pass right now.
Okay.
Are you gonna bid on it?
Are we about to both pass on a Francis Ford Coppola movie?
Well, it's Megalopolis. This doesn't surprise me at all.
I'm just like...
Because it's one of the big name movies of the month doesn't mean it's like good for our auction game.
I know, but it's just... Do I bid $1?
Maybe. I might bid higher than.
I'm gonna pass.
You're gonna pass. All right, we'll save it for later.
I'm gonna pass.
All right.
I'm gonna let my instincts stand aside.
Okay.
You know, because my instincts were telling me, get Megalopolis.
That's what your instincts were telling you?
Yes, and I was
weird instincts.
I was saying no.
Okay.
10. Never Let Go.
All right.
This is a horror film.
Halle Berry's in this, right?
Yeah, Halle Berry. Lionsgate. You know, could be good. I'm gonna pass.
I'm also gonna pass.
It's a horror film. Actually, the director did Crawl. Crawl was pretty fun.
Crawl was fun.
Yeah. Like, he's actually directed a lot. He did Piranha.
Ooh.
3D.
Sure.
Yeah.
All
So
right. We'll come back to that.
we will come back to that one. I think that's a very good, solid come back to you movie.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Next up, 6.
A Different Man.
Ooh.
I'm going first on here.
You are going first.
Let me just like pull up the letterbox to see what we've got there.
Yeah, this is a Sebastian Stan film that does not have him playing Donald Trump. He plays a man who has this... I'm trying to find what the disease is called. Neurofibromatosis.
Yeah.
Is the name of the disease. He has this disease and he gets it surgically removed, and he then meets an actor who's playing him, but that actor has the disease.
Yeah. The
It's kind of a
trailer looks
trippy
really
movie.
fun.
Yeah.
LCD sound system in the trailer, that's a win.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm really excited for this, and I didn't know much about it until the trailer came out.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm hype.
You're hype?
Am I gonna bid on it? Put $1 on it.
I'll put 2.
I'll put 3.
I'll put 4. Yeah, $4.
It has a 3.7 on Letterboxd.
It
Like
does.
that is like Alien Romulus had a 3.7 and was like by far the highest rated movie of the August slate.
Yeah.
But this is a different month.
This is a very different month.
I like need to count how many things on here I actually really do want. You have it for 4 right now?
Mm-hmm. $4.
I'll go 5.
6.
Just one by one.
We're literally very slowly ticking up.
Ah.
I know you got to be very meticulous because it's just like how do you?
I
feel?
do want it. Like I do really want it.
Mm-hmm.
But how much?
If you really want it, then how is $6 a lot?
Because I don't think it's gonna do well in the box office round. Like it might kill me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it for 6.
6. Oh my god! Okay,
I'm like,
we get it.
I don't know. You got Transformers, and I feel like it's gonna do well. I don't want to like let you have stuff. 7? Yeah, I'll go 7.
I'll go 8.
Is that really gonna make a difference? Does each dollar really make a difference?
I don't know. I hope that you're not like willing to go up to 30 on this. And
are you willing to go up to 30 on this?
No.
We're still in the single digits.
Exactly.
You have it for 8 right now?
I said 7.
No, I said 7.
Oh, then I said 8.
Yeah, I'm on the odd numbers. You're on the even numbers.
I'm on, so then I said 8. It's like if you're willing to take it to double digits, like bring it up a bit, because otherwise,
are
we're just gonna go
you?
one by one? I don't know.
See, I don't know. I'm less willing to do that if you can't talk to me about where you're willing to take it. I'll go $9.
I'll go 10. I know.
Here we are again.
I think it's a double digit. I know it's so difficult.
I'll let you have it.
Life is so hard.
I'll let you have it for 10.
Thank you. Were you bidding me up, or did you actually want it?
I wanted it, but I didn't want it that badly.
Fair enough.
How far would you have gone?
That was the highest I was going.
Okay.
Yeah.
I made the right choice.
Yep. Okay. We can get rid of that one and go back to the randomizer. We're moving through very slowly.
Yeah.
1.
Ooh. This is Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.
This is Beetlejuice.
You're up.
No, you're up.
No, you're up. No, wait. No, you're up.
I am up?
Yeah, you're up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm up. Okay, never mind. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. 40.
Whoa. Starting at 40. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
40.
This would have been so much easier last month when there was really only one movie that I really wanted.
Yeah.
There's more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's difficult. I know.
Oh, my God.
It's very difficult.
43.
Okay, fine. I'll go to 45. I was really hoping.
See,
for
you're
that to
saying
be
you'll
like,
go to 45 as if this is like the highest you'll go. You just jumped $2. Who knows how much you'll spend on this?
Who knows how much I'll spend on this?
Who
I
knows
just
how
like
much I'll
45.
spend on
I have
this?
OCD. I was
Which
kind of hoping that 40 would be like a one and done. Just be
I don't
like,
know.
40?
Which
Okay, fine.
rounds are we targeting though? Because I feel like this is gonna play well with the audience poll. I feel like this has potentially strong showings in box office. It's not. I don't think it's a triple threat. I think it could hurt me having it instead of some other movies on here. You're at 45?
I'm at 45.
I'll go 46.
I'll take it to 50.
Whoa.
I'll take it to 50.
This is the one. This is the one for you, I think. Yeah, there was a smirk right there. I think you want this. I think
mean,
you want this a lot.
There's been a different movie that I've been talking about.
No, I know.
nonstop.
No, I know, but like
That
you
I've
just
already
jumped to
seen.
50. You didn't have to jump to 50.
Yeah, but I don't want to go by ones. It's boring.
I know, but like it's tense.
Yeah, but I
51.
just kind of want to get
51.
moving. 52.
I'm trying to gauge like how high you're willing to go. 53.
What if I just let you have this?
I mean, you could.
54. I know.
We're not yet out at the point where you're out of it if you get this, like for other movies.
Mhm.
And I kind of want to get you there. But I also want it myself. But I don't want to be out of it.
That's the thing.
55.
56.
$57.
You know, there's a lot of movies on here, Ethan.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies on here,
yeah.
Logan. You have less
that this
money
will
than
take
me.
you out of. I do.
Yeah.
58. But I don't think you're
I'm
trying
not.
to spend $100 on.
I'm not. I'm
Beetlejuice.
not. Oh my God. We're not going into the 60s on this. You're not going to do that to me, to yourself,
That's
to our
what-
listeners. Listeners,
your
why is he
call.
making me do this?
It's your call.
59.
You had such an opportunity to just jump up to 69.
No.
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 You don't want to do that?
No.
No.
Sounds like we're going to get there anyway.
You really want to get all the way
No,
up there?
I don't, but I think this is the one that you want, and so I'm trying to hike you up as much as possible.
Then drop it if you don't want to get up that high.
No, I want you to be like fully out of it. I want full bidding power for the rest of this auction.
I'll go to 60.
You'll go to 60. But is that good enough? God damn it. I think this is going to do really well in box office, and I think is going to potentially win that round for whoever has it.
Yeah, but if that person then has really bad movies surrounding it, then it screws them. I learned that.
We're at 60.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one.
But is it?
It's not my one, but I feel like it's the one.
But is it?
It's the movie that determines who wins the auction based on what happens with it right now. Not necessarily who has it wins or who doesn't have it wins, but like the rest of the auction is determined by who moves forward here with very little money.
Yes, maybe.
61.
62. Okay. If you're really willing to go up higher, bid more than one.
I don't know
Bid-
how
bid
high I'm
more than
willing to
one.
go. I don't know how high I'm willing to go.
Bid
I
more
think
than one.
you're like done and you just want me to put $10 extra on it as I walk out the door with it. I feel like that's what you want.
Then that would mean that this movie is not the one for me.
63.
65.
How badly do you want this?
I'm up at 65. How badly do you want this?
I want it, but like I don't want it that much.
Then why is that at 65?
Because it sounds like you want it, and if you really want it, I'm not going to let you have it for like your flat 40. I'm going to hike you up a little ways. You know?
Then what if I just stop?
What if you just
Yeah,
stop?
you make a bid and then I'm going to be like, okay, you have it.
No, because I think you want it. I don't think you're going to let me have it. But also, if we get to a point, you are going to let me have it, and then that's going to suck.
Yeah, so where's that point?
We're at 65 right now.
Yep.
That would put you down to 35,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd still have 120.
Yeah.
You'll win the poll with this, if it gets there. But I have a track record for not even letting it get there. Because I'm just too good.
Mm-hmm. You also have no movies in there.
I know. You still have bidding power with 35, though.
But do I?
I think
When
you
you
do.
still have 120?
And it's tough because I'm really banking on other movies to be good that I don't know if they're going to be. We're at 65?
Mm-hmm. We're at 65.
66.
If I do the thing, will you let me have it?
What's the thing?
If I do the thing.
I don't know what the thing is, so
The
I can't
thing.
tell you. Oh, it's 69?
Yeah, I'm at 69.
If you want to do it.
I did it.
You did it?
69.
You can have it.
Thank you.
How high would you have gone?
I would have gone to 90.
Really?
Yeah.
Then I just failed that whole thing.
You did. I
No,
would've...
you're really good at like pretending as though you're about to be out of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're down to 31 now.
No, I think that movie is the
I could
Golden
tell
Goose.
that was, yeah.
Then why'd you only let me go to 69?
Because like you mentioned, it's such a solid month that I don't really think it coming down to one movie is where it's headed.
My thing is that I think it does because I think it's such a solid month where you remember when I was saying about Sing Sing with the Oscars?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like that, but like the reverse where there's one Titan and then everything else is solid, and that Titan's Beetlejuice.
I think that you getting that was a steal, and I think it really helps you.
And I think you letting me get that when I already had Transformers, which is probably the second biggest movie of the month.
I would disagree.
What's the second biggest movie of the month?
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
Okay. Let's get things going
Yeah.
now. Delete Beetlejuice. 7.
It's now your turn, right? No, because you started
Yeah.
at 40.
7. Wild Robot.
Okay. So it's my turn?
It is your turn.
I'll start at like 20, I guess.
You want this one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. You're gonna let me have it for 20?
25.
26.
28.
29. And I don't think you can go higher than that.
I can't.
$29. Wild Robot. Let's go. That puts me down to how many?
That puts you down to
91. All right.
1.
The Front Room.
Yeah. This is a fun one.
This is a fun one.
This is a fun one.
Curious to see how much this goes for. Or if you're even going to bid on it right now.
15.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just hop on Letterboxd and check some stuff out. Bear with me. Okay. You're at 15. Oh, 17.
I'll let you have it.
Okay.
I'll let you have it.
I
That
will
was
take
hard.
it.
Were you trying to upbid me or did you want it?
I wanted it, but I was also kind of trying to upbid you.
How much farther would you have gone?
I think I would have taken it.
What do you mean?
Like, because you're only down to 31, so like...
So if I got it to 29, you would have taken it at 29?
Possibly.
Really?
Why not just take multiple things for 29? Yeah. That was 17?
Yeah.
So I'm now down to 74.
Yes.
Gotcha.
5. The Substance.
Well, yes, the Substance.
28.
Cool. Yeah, you would do that. 29.
Okay. I thought it was worth a shot.
Nah.
Yeah, I really thought it was worth a shot.
You ever thought it was going to let you have that?
I figured you won it, but I thought it would be worth a shot.
Okay. And that then brings me down to 45.
Does.
All right.
All right. Take the Substance off of there.
Let's do that.
1. Speak No Evil.
I'm up now, right? Technically?
Yes, you
Okay.
are up.
I mean, what 3 movies from the 6 we have left do I want? Let's see.
I mean, you really only get to pick one.
No.
Kind of.
No. I'm gonna put $1 on this.
I'll put 5.
I'll put 8.
$10. $10 on James McAvoy's Speak No Evil.
Huh.
Haven't seen a creepy James McAvoy like this since Split.
You're just like talking it up for me, right? I don't think it's gonna do well at the box office.
But will it really get that good of box office projections?
No, but even then, like there is a precedent for movies that don't do well at the box office falling short of projections, even if the projections are accurate fairly. We're at 10?
We're at 10.
I'll go 11.
You can have it.
Yep.
Did you know I was going to do that?
I figured.
Yeah. How much higher would you have gone?
Not much higher.
Yeah. I should have let you get the front room at higher. I should have.
Yeah, you should have
hiked it up. That
All
was
right.
such a mistake.
All right.
All right. Down to 3 minus the ones that we passed. The Killer's Game.
The Killer's Game.
I'll pass.
I'll pass. Despite the fact that the trailer is like the funniest thing ever.
Yep.
I will pass.
Wolves.
Wolves. Not wolves. Wolves.
Wolves.
Wolves. I will pass.
Okay.
Do you want it?
$1.
Huh.
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 Allow me. Huh.
Huh.
Are you willing to go more?
Am I?
I don't know. I don't think we truly have a dud, which is tough.
It is tough.
Because, like, usually I know what I want to avoid.
Yeah.
Here, not so much.
No, this makes it hard. This is a very hard auction.
Well, it's also tough because I feel like we are gonna. I mean, because his 3 daughters is next, and we could either bid on it, or we could pass just to then go back to randomizing everything.
Yeah.
I'll let you have wolves for $1.
Okay.
Would you have gone higher?
I don't know.
Okay.
That would have been a dilemma that I had to face in
All
the
right.
moment. I think I would have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so mad that I didn't like say 80 for Beetlejuice. I didn't think you were gonna want to go that high. That's a regret, I guess.
Yeah. I think Beetlejuice is just kind of huge, especially with the Transformers pairing. I'm so glad I got Transformers for 10.
Yeah.
I would have gone to 30 on Transformers.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay. His 3 daughters.
I'm starting on this.
You're starting
I'm
on
gonna
this.
pass.
I'll also go $1.
Hate you.
You hate me.
I hate you so much.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'll go 2.
I guess I'll go 3.
I feel like you're willing to go much higher. If I go 4 and I take it, then we're even. If we go more, then it's about who has control of these last couple.
Yeah.
I'll go 4.
Essentially, who's giving who Megalopolis?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. I'll go 5.
researching. I'll go 6.
7.
8.
10. I like my numbers. I like my 5s.
I like your 5s.
Yeah. It's like my trend.
12.
15.
16.
17. You were going to pass on this. You don't want it going
18.
this high.
18.
19.
Ah.
You don't want it going this high. You were going to pass on this.
I only was going to pass on it so that it could be thrown back into like the random number generator pool.
Uh-huh.
We're at 19?
Mm-hmm.
20.
21.
22.
This is the movie that will like be like the other big contentious one.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the big Endgame movie.
The big Endgame movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just trump me if you want it.
I don't.
Then why are we this high in the first place? Because if I let you have it, then I control the rest of it.
Okay.
And then if you let me have it, you still control the rest of it. Because you have
Okay.
enough money to control the rest of it.
Okay.
We're pointlessly bringing everything up. 29.
You can't even go that high.
Yes, I
Yes,
can.
wait. Yes, you can.
Yes, I
yes, you
can.
can.
29.
Do I
you
let
want
you
this
have
movie,
this?
or do you not want
Do
this
I
movie?
let you have this?
I'm done like messing around because it was pointless.
Fair. I'll take it for 30.
Okay.
Did you want it?
Yeah, I
I
really
know.
wanted it. Okay, you type that in for you.
Gotcha. It's gotten good reviews. I don't have to worry about it for the box office round. Of course I want it.
Yeah, I wanted that really badly.
Yeah.
I really wanted that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, now I need to do research.
Yeah.
Now I need to do research.
Okay.
Okay, randoming 1 to 3. 1. Which one's 1?
Megalopolis.
I'll take it for $5.
Really?
Yep.
That's surprising. Okay.
I'll take it for $5.
All right.
I just feel like you are going to get people that love it. I feel like I just feel like it works on Letterboxd and it works on the audience poll, and that's what I've already been leaning into.
I feel like the
I'm not
IMDb
leaning-
isn't going to be too great though, and box office is. I was like scared to bid on it because really depending on what projections are.
And I feel like the reason, like everybody being so scared of its projections means it's going to have.
I feel like it's going to be like better for that, but I don't know for sure, and I didn't want to commit to it, so I'm happy you did.
That's fair.
Like I don't have to stress about that now for me.
And I guess to me it was just like seeing where Lionsgate is at right now. I didn't want to take on two original Lionsgate.
Yeah,
movies,
that's fair.
because these Never Let Go and the Killers Game are both just Lionsgate movies.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
So the question is, which one do I want? I'll take the Killers Game for $5.
Okay, yeah. And that leaves me with Never Let Go, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be worse. I mean, this is just such a good month.
Yeah.
Really, what sucks is I didn't get his $3 because then you would have given me Megalopolis and I was fine with Megalopolis.
Okay.
That
I don't
would
know
been
if I
my
would have
ideal
given you
lineup.
Megalopolis.
Really?
I don't know.
You would have taken. What would you have given me then?
Well, because I feel like I don't know. I think my rank. I know Never Let Go was like the bottom of those three for me,
Mhm.
but I don't know if Killer's Game or Megalopolis would have been the one that I wanted if given the chance. So thank you for not giving me the chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
All right.
All
And
right.
now we rank them.
Now we do our ranking, and then we end this episode that has been a lot longer than I expected
fine.
it to be.
It's fine.
You're just on the podcast grind today.
I really am.
Yeah.
I've been recording for now over 5 hours.
Okay, so I think it's kind of obvious what my number one's going to be.
Beetlejuice.
Yes, has to be. Number two's got to be Transformers.
Okay.
Number three is going to be Wolves.
All right.
4 is going to be Megalopolis.
Okay.
Or no, 4 is going to be A Different Man.
Okay.
5 is going to be The Killer's Game.
Okay. And Megalopolis is your 6.
Megalopolis is the kind of movie that the people that would upvote for Megalopolis are the people that would look at all of them.
I do agree with that.
And I'd rather it count for a smaller percentage, or as small of a percentage as possible for everything.
Fair.
Because I think it is
Alright.
the most
You're locking that in?
unpredictable. I'm locking that in.
I'm very surprised that you put A Different Man down at 4.
Actually, yeah. Wait.
Too late.
Okay, no, I can't.
No.
You can change.
No, you locked it in. You locked it
No,
in.
no,
Come
no,
on.
no.
You locked it in.
Yeah, but there's no official lock.
Yeah.
Let's put A Different Man at 3.
I hate you.
You could have said nothing and been like, that was great. and
Yeah,
then
but I
wanted to
said something
second-guess
because you
myself.
locked it in. You locked it in.
Yeah, but I still have
You
the
also
key.
went first, so you have more time to switch it if you are allowed to switch it. As soon as I have my 6, we're just done, and that's
Yeah,
it for
but
me.
you get more time to think about it since I go first.
Sure, buddy.
You do.
Sure, buddy.
All right, go.
All right. Huh.
You see, you also take your time. You
I
don't
take
go
my time.
right
Yeah.
away.
No, why wouldn't I take my time?
'Cause you've had the whole auction
My
to think about
auction
it.
record is so much better than yours because I take my time. I think I am going to... No, I'm not going to do that. No, wait, hold off. Give me a second to collect my thoughts.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. We're going to put The Substance at 1. We're going to put Wild Robot at 2.
The Substance at 1 is
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that you
No,
have
I'm betting on it. I'm betting on my favorites here.
I'm so glad that you're this excited for The Substance.
I'm so hyped.
I'm so
I
glad
hadn't
that you
seen
are.
the new trailer and then I watched it earlier. I'm like over the moon about
It's
like
so good.
yeah.
Like that and Emilia Perez and Anora are like just the
I
most
think The
fucking
Substance is probably my most
amazing trio.
anticipated movie of the rest of the year. Probably.
It's my most anticipated
And
movie
you've
of the
seen it
rest of the
already.
year, and I've already seen it.
Yeah.
I'm anticipating rewatching this movie more than watching any movie for the first time.
Yeah.
Like I
okay.
loved Emilia Perez, and I think I like it better, but I am anticipating my rewatch of The Substance more than my rewatch of Emilia
Fair.
Perez.
See, the reason I don't have too many qualms about putting it at number 1 is I put Maxine at number 1 that month, and like it was a blowout, and I beat you. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that was when I got Deadpool.
That was when you got
Wolverine.
Deadpool and Twisters.
Yeah. Because that was when I was buying into the box office.
Yeah.
What I've realized is that the box office is too frugal.
You
to buy
have done a
into.
better job balancing the rounds
Mhm.
lately.
Betting
Okay, so
on-
Substance is
safer.
1, Wild Robot is 2. We'll put His Three Daughters at 3. We'll go Front Room at 4. We'll go Speak No Evil at 5, and we'll go Never Let Go at 6. Do you have anything to say about that?
His Three Daughters at 3 is interesting.
You would put it higher?
No, I'd put it lower.
Really? It has good reviews. It can't sink me in box office. I feel like across the board, it's just pretty solid. And I
Yeah,
don't
but
think
it's
there's
like-
anything below it that I would want higher on the poll.
Front row?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
You don't like its letterbox score right now?
I don't even not like it. It's just like I don't know. A24 with the overly commercial trailers, maybe I just don't vibe with as much as other people.
That's fair.
But I'm still happy I got it.
I'm happy that
Semi-steal.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
if I knew I could get up to 29, I would have.
Yeah, if I could have gone up another 20 on Beetlejuice. I mean, really, it didn't affect me that much, I don't think.
I feel like what was the most effective was me not going higher in front room for you.
Yeah?
Because then I would have gotten his 3 daughters.
Fair.
And then I would feel very good.
So even though I desperately wanted Beetlejuice, did I, like, for the most part, I feel like I did okay here. Beetlejuice and The Substance were, like, the 2 for me, with, like, Wild Robot kind of as a 3rd.
The Substance was my 2, but I knew deep down that because of how much I've been hyping it up, there was no way I was going to get it. You were just not going to let that happen.
What I feel good about is that we've been very good at anticipating who wins the Letterboxd and IMDb round, but kind of bad at anticipating box office. And I feel like I have round 1 in the bag right now.
Which one's round 1?
That's Letterboxd and IMDb.
I feel like I have round 1
really?
in the bag. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The Substance is the highest rated movie on here. His 3 daughters and A Different Man kind of are like one and the same. But I feel like his 3 daughters is going to pull ahead on IMDb a little more.
Maybe, but I
like
think
Wild Robot, I think I feel pretty good about.
I think are going to be the same. I think if anything,
really?
Transformers might be higher.
Really?
Because it feels like the Wild Robot is just too much like Iron Giant.
But people love Iron Giant.
Yeah, but if they're just kind of like the same thing.
It's a return to Puss in Boots: The Last Wish for DreamWorks. No. I feel good about it.
I don't know, I'm feeling good about.
Is this like the first time we've both felt really good?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah,
like I really didn't want Speak No Evil.
Okay,
because
I don't think it's gonna sink me at all.
Are you sure though? Because it's a
only if it's really
it's a foreign film remake.
I don't think anybody thinks about that.
Yeah, but Letterboxd does. People in Letterboxd.
I don't think if it because it doesn't have the best score. It's like it feels like it's gonna be like low 3s, high 2s, and I feel like that's not a factor in what people think of it that much. I think it's like they more just look at the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. This is the first time though. I think that like we both. Do you think you're gonna win?
Yeah.
Really?
Do you think you're going to win?
I think if it goes to the Instagram poll, you win, but I don't honestly think it's going to get there.
I think it gets there.
I think I feel okay enough about these that I have a chance at the box office round.
I'm worried about Transformers with the box office round. I don't think I have that.
You really bet on Transformers.
I bet on Transformers for Letterboxd, though.
Yeah. That could go way down, though.
I don't think so.
I feel like it might.
I've been hearing just some amazing things. Like I'm hearing like amazing things.
We'll see.
I was trying to downplay that, and
we'll
it worked.
See.
It worked.
Because I also did the research, and it looks like it's apparently really good. But I don't know. I just don't have the confidence in it to have went for it.
That's fair.
I also didn't want to be the one to like spend money on the first movie that we were bidding on because of last time. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I feel good.
All right, let's get dinner.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm hungry. All right, bye everyone.
Bye everyone.